Hey Jackie, before we get going today, I wanted to stop and see if I could give you a bit more insight into your question. This has got to be fast. Um, and what time are they going to be here? The flight layout. Okay. Yes, this is going to be fast and furious, and we're going to go as fast as we possibly can. All right. Hold on, let me get this other stuff out of the way. Hey, thanks, Google. All right. So let's look at your site right here. The statement there was that no matter what caching plugins I use, I always see things like that. So whenever you say clean install of 4.7 with no content yields crappy results, I get that. But what I want to hopefully kind of explain is that you do have content. You do have WordPress, which is a content management system, right? You know that, of course. I get that, but it also has to maintain backwards compatibility, and what that means is that this file right here and this file right here is maybe not necessary for a new site. This one right here, that may probably be necessary for what you're doing. But here's the main part right here. This is coming from your theme. And of course, it's the Brian's theme from Studio Press. Rock on. Nothing wrong with that. We love it. You love it. I love it. Okay, rock on. But here's the thing. This one is loading its own JavaScript file. And then it's loading another one. Then it's loading the scroll to, in case you've got links within your menu. And then it's also loading this one right here as well. And then you've got this one, which comes from default. So, I think the biggest thing that I want to say real quick is that default is never what you want. And let me just say that again. Default is never what you want. Because, as you're seeing right here, you've got version numbers on everything. You've got fonts in there. And then, of course, you've got your wonderful little dashboard icons. Okay, so that is all loading by default. And, maybe someday somebody somewhere can make a big, long write-up about how you don't need default. But there's all kind of stuff out there. Jacky, about default and what you don't need. Okay, this one right here you may not need. Do you listen? There was one site that I completely removed any reference from core and the theme and any and every plugin. It was exhausting. I removed every reference to Google Fonts, right? And somebody thought I was nuts, so I said, okay, let's test it. Well, here's the thing. Nobody ever went to, say Amazon, right? Has anybody ever gone to Amazon.com and said, oh my gosh, I hate those fonts. I will never shop there. Those fonts are horrible. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. You might want to consider doing that. And I know that every designer out there is going to say, oh no, well, that's completely fine. But the fun part there is when you get rid of those fonts, you can either host them locally, or you can just completely remove any fonts at all and use CSS or SVGs. But understand, Jacky, that anytime anytime you have fonts that are loading, you're going to have, yes, it's cached in the browser, blah, 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 but you're going to have another round trip. It's like the wife saying, hey, Brad, go to HEB. I need something to cook. So, okay, I run HEB, and then she says, okay, Brad, I want you to go to Kroger as well. Well, I was just at HEB. Why are you making me get back out? Well, because I need something else. Well, if you reduce the number of times that your site has to go out and get something else, it's going to load faster. So you remove any reference to Google Fonts. And when with no content, well, that's the conundrum, is that let's say this file right here, sorry, there, that is a default. Do you need it? Probably not. Does 99% of other sites need this file right here? No. But because it has to be backwards compatible, WordPress includes it with every, download, install, whatever. So then, as Matt was saying down here, I don't believe a theme can resolve the render blocking JS. Well, yeah. Yes, it could. But where was the Yes, you need to remove different aspects of what is cached and what's not cached. Okay, yeah, I'll be ready to go. Hold on. But then this part right here, where he says server response time is host territory. And when you go look this up, what you'll find is that your, very, very sharp looking. But if you're over on Chupa, apparently, chupa.com, I'm not seeing too much fanciness over here. But understand that, default from your server or from your hosting company even is a, something that should be looked at. Never, this should be a WordCamp talk, beyond default. Beyond default with everything. But anyways, you can run with MariaDB. I don't see HTTP2 in here. I'm not the, I try to be. There's always a rabbit hole. I'm not the server rocket ninja genius scientist. But there's a couple of things in here that I'm not seeing. And, if that's the problem, minute and a half. If the site is loading with a 69 and you care about Google page speed insights, then, this has no ad roll scripts, no Twitter, no Facebook, no nothing. This is just, like you said, a default that you put up there real quick. Okay, rock on. When you start adding things like ad roll, Twitter, Facebook, any type of real-time bidding for network ads, things like that, it gets really heavy. So you have to go beyond default. You have to. It's not an option. Things that don't need to be on the site, you have to go through and remove all of them. Listen, I hope that helps. Somebody mentioned Varby, which is great. Where is their... they had some cool tools. I forgot where it went. But anyways, within your theme, within your host, as Matt said, within didn't need that window. Within your host here, like Matt was saying, that's where you need to look at as well. It's taken me years to get sites to stay up in the 95, 98 percentile consistently, but that's that's what you're going for if you want it to rank, if you want your people to be happy. Chris, I freaking love that link. And plus, the other part there that was okay. I'm done. All right, I'm done. Was that Google's page speed is using outdated methods. I think Just went into that a few weeks ago, but I don't remember where that thread is. But this is a good, very good article where Google PageSpeed is not using the correct, or let me not say correct. They're not using updated technology that can measure things. Again, not going to get too in depth into that, but Jacky, the main thing I want to say was, if you want it to go fast, you've got to get beyond default, because default is what works for everybody, for backwards compatibility, and your site, just like mine and everybody else's, even with, a theme and content, you've got to go beyond default. Anyways, hope that helps. Have a great Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Rosh Hashanah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever. You ready to go, babe? All right. If you got any other questions, post it, and hopefully the group can help here. All right. Bye bye.